have been hard to come by in this first quarter at Waverley Park. Geelong leading 2-4-16, Collingwood 2-2-14. Had one less scoring shot, but they lead Essendon 4-1 to 2 goals for Melbourne and North Melbourne. Look at the ruse, 8 straight. Fantastic kicking for goal in these conditions. 8 goals straight, 48, leading Melbourne 5-2-32. A high-scoring clash, that one. Footscray 6-3-39, easily accounting for Richmond 1-3-9. And St Kilda 6-2-38, of which Tony Lockett has booted 5 to take his tally to 704. The Bears have 1-2-8. The Cats. They're now going to the left of screen. No one able to get it clearly out of the centre. Manson has a try, so too does Francis with a socker. Bruns could be first to it. Chasing him is Wright. And he gets him, pushes the ball clear. Morwood and Hinkley. Trevor Poole gets caught by Dacos, and well caught. Morwood picks it up. Kicks it towards the 50-metre line. Buse couldn't take it. Could have almost been interfered with. McEwen at the back. If he can pick it up, he can. He snaps high. Back towards full forward. Troy Lehman is there. Tucked on an angle. And a great smother. Sees Geelong get out of trouble. It's McGrath who takes it from Poole. The Cats bring it away to the half-back line.
Yes, that was a great smother, and good play by Geelong in defence. Here's Tony Francis on the left foot, over the head of Peter Dacos. Still a chance for Lehman. Oh, fresh air shot. Andrew Buse finds Riccardi. Riccardi on his right foot, a wobbly one. Trapped by McGuan. Good play, Mickey McGuan. Now it's Tony Francis, the little rover. He goes inside with a hand pass. Scott Russell breaks clear. Will kick it long in towards the pocket. It's all Geelong though. Andrew Rogers trapped it beautifully. Breaks the tackle and then tries a little chip pass to Riccardi, but it beats his outstretched hands over the line.
Actually, Peter's looking a little bit brighter over to the south, where the weather was coming from. And maybe the rest of the afternoon will be fine conditions.
Throw in on the outer side. Handley and Manson, won by the latter. Francis just hasn't had that normal zip in recent weeks that we know he's capable of. Rogers' kick is too wide. So it'll be Francis again to bring it back into play. He's certainly been busy though in this game. 8 kicks and 3 marks.
He's been tagged. The opposition realise how dangerous he can be, so he has been tagged the last couple of matches, Sandy.
In towards Dacos territory. He got a touch to it, but that was all. Morwood has to beat a couple. Rogers and Buse, it is, who eventually sees it over the line. Andrew Buse playing his 178th game. Dacos. Danger here. Real danger.
4 points. He never ceases to amaze you, Peter Dacos. Graham Wright. Oh, what a terrific mark by McGrath, Bertie.
As you said, Peter, he's just got better and better since those first 2 games when he played at full-back, and doing a good job for Geelong across that half-back line.
Jim McGrath, former star player for North Melbourne under-19s. Couldn't cement a place with North Seniors. And now he's really found his niche on that half-back line. There's Heffernan, who started in the ruck.
Well, he's still only 21 too, Tim McGrath, so he's only a young player to be discarded.
Well, they've picked themselves up a good player. There's the kick from Merriman, down towards half-forward for the Cats. Gary Pert receives from Kelly. Pert to centre wing. Neville Branch off the ground. Oh, great kick. And he's found Paul Brown, a player that I'm very, very impressed with.
It was good wet weather football there by Neville Bruns.
Brown will kick from 50 with the soggy ball. Oh, he's gone the chip pass. I think it was touched off the boot. It was. Still danger though, because racing into goal for Geelong is Forsman, and Daryn Forsman has gone. So the Cats hit the front by 2 points.
There's good opportune play there from the Geelong players. Brown realising he couldn't make the distance. You see the kick just touched off the mark there by Craig Kelly, calling to the umpire, telling him he'd touched it. And for Geelong, with those plenty of forwards there, capable of picking it up and finishing it off, and Forsman kicking his 11th goal for the year.
seesawing struggle continues as Geelong regains their 2-point lead. Gary Hocking making sure that that ball doesn't head down towards the Collingwood forward line through Gavin Brown. Locks it up. The ruckman go at it again. First to it, Richardson. Scott over the top of him while Ablett asks the question. Graham Wright sneaks away from Neville Bruns, gets an effective hand pass to Kelly. Flicks it round his body. It hit Neville Bruns on the back as he watched McGrath because he thought that was who was going to take it. Francis beautifully smothered by the veteran Bruns, who claims right. Forsman too is grabbed. Tough to win a kick out there at the moment. Russell does. Towards half forward, but only as far as Riccardi. Flicks it back towards centre half forward. Starcevic can't break clear. His hand pass goes straight to Forsman. Has a bit of time, and that's a very clever kick if he got the call from Robert Scott. Scott goes over the top. That wasn't quite as clever. It comes back to Ablett. He's caught. Tackling's been superb. The advantage is paid. McGuan has it. Collingwood out of trouble to Francis.
Tony Francis, half back. The chip pass. Graham Wright. He was looking for Morwood, but he just lets himself down a lot. Graham Wright with the poor kicking at times to the forwards, Bernie.
Yeah, it's almost out on the full there too. Morwood sliding into that.
Well, that's the one area of his game, Graham Wright, that has to improve. The rest is terrific. He's very strong overhead. He's a real goer. It was Francis again to the half-forward line, off the ground by Lehman. Oh, Tim McGrath, is he playing well? Runs at the ball and then kicks it, but smothered by Lehman. Been some terrific smothers so far in this game.
Yes, that one none better than Bruns a minute or so ago, Pete.
Well, it's half-forward for Collingwood. They trail by 2 points. McGrath to do the ruck work. That was against McCartney. Now it's Lehman. We should have looked for the hand pass rather than kick it. Then all players went in very hard. Here's Buse. On the left foot, it's a wobbly one. Out towards half-back. Oh, Bruns. What a good mark running back with the flight of the ball.
Yeah, real gutsy mark, Neville Bruns. The veteran of the side, 33 years of age. And really playing as if it's his first season. That enthusiastic. He's terrific to watch.
And he pinpoints Gary Hocking, who heads to half-forward. Wants Stoneham. Got a hand down to Couch. Towards Ablett. Gary Ablett kicked one marvellous goal in the first quarter. That was his 550th career goal. Positioned himself beautifully, didn't he, Bernie?
It's a good matchup, this. Gavin Brown and Gary Ablett. He hasn't had a lot of possession so far, only coming in for his third kick.
Will it be his second goal? Shall be.
Geelong by 8 points. 2 goals to Ablett. We're in the centre of the ground. And Collingwood would want to just hang on here in this period. Geelong have probably looked the classier side, Bernie.
Oh, yeah, by far, Pete. They've had the ball in their forward line on most occasions.
Well, they've got so many good forwards. Here's Gary Hocking. A welcome return to the side for him. Actually losing Bairstow and bringing Hocking back into the side. They've lost his brother Stephen, of course, through suspension. But Couch came back also. So Rogers, Hocking, Couch and Merriman, pretty good players to come back in that Geelong side, Sandy.
Yes, they've got some depth down at Cardinia Park this year. Scott tries to flick it out the back door. He succeeds to Riccardi, who bangs through another one. 2 quick goals to the Cats, and they kick clear. 5-4, plays 3-2.
There's Riccardi, very impressive, only a 19-year-old. And he certainly has earned his spot in this Geelong side and doing very well. There's Scott, only able to play 1 game last year in 91, out of sorts and out of favour. But he's played all 9 games this season for Geelong and has done very well. Of course, picked in the Victorian squad.
Heffernan prepares himself once again. This is the biggest margin we've had in this game today. No one able to get it out. Eventually McGuan does. It's a short kick. Couch does better. Past centre wing he goes. Richardson leads in the race, then sockers it off the ground. Bruns comes in over the top. Forsman is waiting behind. He's claimed by Troy Lehman, and the umpire decides on a bounce at centre wing. Sunshine over Waverley Park at the moment, but there was a lot of rain here last night, which is going to make the track pretty heavy. Hanley, the big man, does well. Gets it out to Bruns, who's having a very good game. To the half-forward line. Waiting down is Stoneham. Beautifully claimed by Richardson. The ball spills free. Kelly gets it out. It's Brown sneaking away from Ablett. His kick is not a good one. Couch will see it over the line with a wry smile. The 89 Brownlow medalist heads back to do the work from the throw-in. 9 effective scoring shots to 5. Who's holding who?
Yeah, the man in front
decides goes to the man in front.
Yeah, he must get the free kick. Hanley in front. There is
yes.
a free kick against Manson over the shoulder.
Hanley, a magnificent kick, a 60-metre torpedo with the wet ball. Geelong looking very dangerous. They're a desperate side now. Add that to class, and they're a hard side to beat. Mick McGuan to the half-forward line. Poole leaves Dacos, and a few times Peter Dacos has been caught labouring behind, but he's always dangerous. Poole, the former Richmond utility player, to the half-forward line. Troy Lehman takes it off the pack. Centre of the ground, punched down by Poole. Jamie Turner can't hold his ground. Oh, look at McGrath playing with confidence. Dacos cleverly. Turner off the ground. Starcevic. Pressure on, centre of the ground. Runs, takes it away from Francis.
But in
the meantime, a push in the back. And they've done well with the free kicks, the Magpies, Bernie.
They certainly have free kicks well in favour of Collingwood. 13-3 at this stage.
Gary Pert to Graham Wright. This is dangerous. Wright stabbing towards Morwood. Great interception by Hinkley. Across to Couch. Riccardi's on the outer side. Starcevic closing on him. Peter Riccardi flicks it round his body, looking for Brown. He gets a favourable bounce. Now needs help. Back to Riccardi he goes. A high kick towards half-forward. Stoneham sets himself. Kelly head front spot. Stoneham perhaps a little nudge. Has time to swing round, kick in towards goal, and float it through for another one.
For the Magpies, they lead by 20 points as McGuan goes to the half-forward line. Darcy's on the ground and Brown off for Geelong. At half-back, we have Kenny Hinkley. He's a good player. Always got a lot of time. Sign of a good player. That could have been holding the ball, but not paid. Neville Bruns having a great day. A wobbly kick to half-forward. That's a free kick. Too high on Heffernan. And no doubt about that one.
He's, of course, Heffernan playing his second game, and I've been very impressed with their on-ballers Geelong today. Their tackling has been magnificent.
Well, here's danger. Ablett going for his third goal on the left foot. Around the corner, Ablett. And he has missed to the right. And they're the ones he sometimes snaffles. 6-5 plays 3-2.
2 goals, 1 to Gary Ablett.
And there's Paul Brown, who has just been placed on the bench. Very talented young player.
Gary Pert brings it back into play. Monkhorst has just come onto the ground.
Oh, that could be 50. Billy Brown is taking that mark, and yes, he's taking him back 50 metres. And this will be a certain goal to Geelong against Damien Monkhorst. Rather unnecessary that. There's the replay. Billy taking the mark and in with a pretty severe shoulder to the back of elbow to the back of the head.
Probably not the start that Lee Matthews was looking for from Monkhorst.
This might be the shortest day of all time, Sandy.
So Brownless from 25 metres. He's just snuck it home. Niquette's looking dangerous. 7-5 to 3-2.
It's Billy Brownless' first possession, a telling one. And they're just so dangerous up on that forward line. The free kick there against Damien Monkhorst, who started the game on the bench.
It was a fairly poor attempt, I thought, by Monkhorst to get there in the first place to spoil him, Bernie.
Well, he got there late. There's very little he could do other than give a 50-metre penalty.
27 points the margin, and Damien Monkhorst will have to make up for that against the youngster in Heffernan. Here's Ablett hooking it back towards Stoneham. Danger here. Look at the recovery of Stoneham onto Forsman. Forsman off the side of the boot. Robert Scott with pace. Taps it on. Still goes to get it. Scott having a fine season. Now he brings it up in front of goal. Brownless in front. Thumped away by Gaper was good play. Here's danger. Around the corner goes Merriman. And Merriman has missed.
It's been all Geelong, hasn't it, this quarter? They've completely dominated. Collingwood hardly getting the ball onto their forward line.
Yes, they've kicked just the one goal, Collingwood, for the quarter. Cats have looked the goods. As the mark is taken by Tony Woods. Towards Brown, in front of Ablett.
It could almost be 52 against Gary Ablett. He ran right over that mark and then gave him a push in the back. Sure, last year it would have been 50 metres.
Brown goes short, finds McGuan. Averaging almost 21 kicks a game. He's the most prolific kick winner in the league, Mick McGuan, at the moment. And Manson's marked well today. This is his 5th. Collingwood needs a score. McEwen gives them a chance.
He set that ball up nicely for McEwen. It wasn't a flat-out hard lead where McEwen had a chance of marking it on his chest. He just set it up and allowed Ronnie McEwen to run onto that, as we see this. Good pair of hands here by Ronnie McEwen also. Had the run at the ball and the jump.
Kicked one in the first quarter. The Pies desperately want this one. Well, he's taken it out to the right. One behind.
His kicking was pretty poor in that game against Carlton. That centenary match, he missed a lot of shots at goal.
So he's always indifferent with his kicking, Ronnie.
Rogers brings it in, or McGrath drops what he should have taken. Morwood taken out of it, but too high, said the umpire.
Yes, so McGrath really should have taken that mark.
Yep.
And they wouldn't have been in this situation. A simple chest mark.
Shane Morwood also has kicked one goal. One of the great veterans now of the game. He's played 187 games coming into today. Drifts that across the face. McEwen almost from behind. Dacos in front has kicked it.
21 points in favour of the Cats as Ablett takes it out of the centre with a booming kick to the half-forward line. The pack flies. The ball hits the deck. Strong tackle by Billy Brownless. Socket off the ground by Pert. Couch loses it. Tony Francis off the ground. Graham Wright's out on that half-back area. Riccardi's after him. And Graham Wright quite content to see the ball roll over the line. If Geelong has got an Achilles heel, it's certainly their back line, because even last week Essendon had 40-odd shots, scoring shots, Bernie.
Yes, well, even though their forward line has been very impressive, I think they can get away with it, though, Pete, because Rogers into that side at full-back is not a bad player, and they have strengthened up across that half-back line. I wouldn't be too concerned.
Alan Richardson's kick goes over the boundary line on the outer side. Trevor Poole sees it over. Free kicks to date, interesting. 14 to Collingwood, 4 to Geelong. Heffernan and Monkhorst. Brown can't get away from Russell Merriman, who kicked a goal in the first quarter. So another ball up. Just over 8 minutes remaining in this first half. It's Monkhorst who gets it out to Richardson across to Brown. Can Collingwood mount something here? McGrath in front of Turner. Flicks it wide to accommodate Forsman. He goes to centre wing, but only as far as Graham Wright. So the nuggety wingman will send the Pies back into attack. Down towards Manson, who's been reliable in the air to date. Handley. Well, the big man shows great versatility. Towards Ablett. Over the top it goes, and past Monkhorst as well. Stoneham soccers it out. They're now inside 50. Scott goes to ground. Monkhorst, a chance to set up a clearance to Gavin Brown, and he does. Brown's kick towards centre wing. Manson and Handley. Manson does well. Gets it away to Russell. Flicks it in towards half forward, but only as far as Trevor Poole, who was off.
Yes, he was
definitely off. Dacos steals it. It could result in a goal. to half forward. Turner tries to get it on to Woods. The youngster has it now. Inside 50, a little chip to Dacos. He go over the top, will he?
He'll get the free. I think that was on Sandy, the play over the top. He could have got it straight over to Ronnie McEwen.
So Peter Dacos looking for his third. Hinkley had to stop him, but it's going to cost a goal. It has.
Collingwood hanging in there. Good individual effort this by Dacos, but we come to expect that of him. There's Monkhorst. Good thump forward towards the half-forward line. That was Bruns, couldn't get his boot to it. And almost a rugby scrum there at half-forward for the Magpies. Geelong have been far the better side, yet on the scoreboard they only lead by 15 points. This is Handley against Manson. Fresh air shot by Couch. And again, no, the umpire's found a free kick in that pack.
Some ironical cheers there from Geelong fans.
Well, 14-4. As we see Paul Couch kick it to the wide open spaces. And racing after it is Heffernan.
And the big man tries to shrug the tackle of Wright, but it's a beauty.
Yes, good tackle there by Graham Wright, but the big fellow Heffernan there trying to take it one-handed. He should have gone at it with the two hands.
To
make sure of it.
On centre wing. Back to Wright again. To half forward, and this time Brown.
I think he's appreciating this role today, Gavin Brown.
Being the aggressor. Charges Collingwood in towards McEwen territory. Rogers comes over the top with a big fist. It clean bowls a couple. Russell taps it out towards Brown again, who flicks it out to Russell. Flicked it out illegally.
I think they're onto that, aren't they?
Yep. So it's Paul Couch stabbing into the centre. Robert Scott, who's off.
And buried.
Well, he's been claimed a couple of times today.
Well, he would have got around the first one, I think, Sandy. The other one was there waiting also.
Big Damien Monkhorst. Francis looking for Woods. Morwood at the back. Who does well to give it to Woods. Just gets his kick in time. A floating kick to half forward. Brown had a look. He thought about it. He's called play on. Handley. Now Lehman can go short. There should be a goal to McGuan. It is.
His side fights back, and who would have thought this 10 minutes ago? Geelong were way on top. But the Magpies showing a lot of character here. Oh, that was tapped on by Dacos. On to Francis. Now Tony Woods, former Fitzroy player, kicks it out to their half-forward line. It'll be close to the boundary line. Eventually it's forced over. But an amazing turnaround in the game, Bernie.
Yes, amazing. And Woods has been part of that too, coming on playing on the wing. Had a couple of games early in the season in the back pocket.
Not like a young Dennis Banks, does he look? Well, the Cats have made a change. Hinkley is off the ground, and Miles immediately on, and the Cats making a few changes here. Miles goes down onto Morwood. The last 5 minutes has been all Collingwood. After Geelong looked as though they may go away with it in the first part of this second quarter. Dacos, Manson, Buse, Forsman. And a throw in. Umpire on the blind side, not seeing Forsman head straight to the boundary line. But it's on centre wing. Monkhorst. Forsman down in front. Gets a short left foot kick only as far as Mick McGuan. Throw in once again. Monkhorst doing well. Forsman may just about lose it.
He's laying over the ball, always in danger of being free kicked in that instance.
18th free kick to Collingwood. Cats have had 6. Richardson to half forward.
Free kick against Ablett, Sandy. And Gavin Brown starting to make his presence felt in this game, Pete, too.
Yeah, he's doing
had,
well.
10 possessions, Ablett 7.
And to McEwen. Collingwood have come to life. Ron McEwen has kicked just the one. It was in the first quarter. And that sets him up for his second.
Providing a good target to full forward Ronnie McEwen.
This to make the margin just 3 points after they were down almost 5 goals. An important kick because under 2 minutes remaining. Well, he's added a behind. So the margin 8 points. 7-6 plays 6-4.
Yes, a good comeback this by the Magpies, because 8 to 10 minutes ago Geelong were way on top and looking very, very good. Here's Tony Woods, almost a free kick. It is a free kick.
Had to be paid against Brunsey. Had no intention, didn't look at the ball, only went for the player. There it is again, front on and high on Tony Woods.
Woods will drive Collingwood forward again. He's made a difference since coming on the ground. McEwen at the back, a push out, and a great mark, Manson.
That is a brilliant mark, isn't it, Pete? He's been good. He's playing at centre half forward, Manson.
And he's hurt himself, James, I think. He's in a bit of pain there.
There's a pretty
Jimmy.
Pretty face for you.
And wonder what that is.
Could be winded.
It was a great mark. Let's see how he fell.
Bit of a push out by McEwen. Top mark though, Manson. He's been good.
Fell very heavily. Pretty hard to tell which part of his body is injured. And maybe a tactic there. They may not want him to have that shot at goal from the forward pocket. It could be a set play.
Well, they've given it to Mick McGuan. And now they're trying to give it to Mick. The umpire's saying, hey, cut that out. Can he take his kick?
Mick McGuan has run down from the back pocket.
Well, he looks to be in some sort of trouble, Manson.
To take this kick.
Oh, well, hang on. He's had a look to see if he'd had the kick, and then he's put the face on again.
Well, certainly shouldn't. It should be Ronnie McEwen's kick. There's no doubt about that. If Manson can't take it.
The umpire's very suspicious about this one.
Yeah. Well, look at the angle. It's a difficult shot. And the way Ronnie's been kicked, he's probably kicked this hard one.
Well, it's a very important kick inside the last minute, but that could be a tragedy for Collingwood at the same time. Let's watch McEwen. No. Yes, he's snuck it back. He's brought it back for a goal. And Manson has made an extraordinary recovery.
Oh, no wonder the umpire was suspicious about that one.
Listen to the... Oh, boy. Oh, it's going to be on now.
Well, Manson just went abused there.
Wow. There will be a couple of reports out of that. You can bet on it. Stupid.
Absolute stupidity, isn't it? But I had every right to be suspicious, as it's turned out, Sandy, about that.
And
Tony Francis getting involved.
Well, play is going on, and Heffernan has been given the free kick. Geelong go into attack. We've got only 30 seconds remaining. It could be a vital 30 seconds for the Cats if they can score. Stoneham's kick is high, but he's pulled it too far. Well, a dramatic end to this first half. Andrew Hughes is right. He's running back into the fray.
Well, Andrew Hughes had every right to retaliate, though. If you ever seen what went on first.
Yep. Woods tries to lock it up. Ablett gets clear, but is set upon. Tackling by both sides has been fantastic in this first half. And there it is. Half-time. And one gets the feeling perhaps it's the Geelong fans that are doing the booing. Well, he's got some character, James Manson. There's only 3 points in it. Tony Francis is doing a lot of talking. One would suggest perhaps that he may not have seen everything that went on. The big name in Moncourse comes across and says, settle down.
A great comeback by Collingwood, if you think of the football side of it, and terrific effort to come back because they were down and out at one stage.
They were, but they're back now. Geelong 7-7, 49. Collingwood a 7-4, 46.
Yes, well, started off in the ruck. Had a horror stretch last week when he played on Salmon.
Excellent player, 14 kicks and 7 marks, and he's run all over the ground, and he's an inspiration to Collingwood.
Certainly. Robert Scott, very quiet year last year, but doing plenty today, getting plenty of the ball.
By David.